Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque, and welcome back to ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generator game. When we left off in the previous episode, one of our cats was pulling multiple heartstrings. Dog Pounce, who is currently in the clearing, she, guys, has somehow managed to have, mutual connections. Flirtationships, I don't know, something going on with 3 different cats in Luminous Clan, which is kind of wild because we also have a ton of one-sided crushes. But no, not Dog Pounce. She is the it girl. She is the center of attention, the queen bee, and she essentially, whenever she likes someone, she basically gets them to like her back. However, she hasn't had anything too serious develop with anyone. On the other hand, we also had a secret crush going on between 2 of our cats, which was very, very unexpected. So, one of our injured cats, a warrior whose paw, unfortunately, is sprained, currently in the warrior's den, and a certain third prophet who is also in the warrior's den looking at him. Yeah, these 2, apparently, I don't know when, maybe on patrol together, I'm actually still not sure, developed a bit of an, affection for each other. Which, unfortunately, they kind of feel guilty about. Oh, well, not they. Because the third prophet, Slopeflick, has no clue about Almondfur's feelings for him. But Slumberroach, the mentor, yeah, he feels kind of guilty because he's kind of stuck in between the third prophet, who he has started to have feelings with, way more feelings than he had with Dog Pounce, and his apprentice doesn't know. Yeah, so there is that happening. But let us dive into the cat list, guys. A lot of love drama. Let us dive into the cat list and see what everyone is up to. First of all, there has been a change with our loyalties. So guys, let us take a look at the cats loyal to Mista. It seems as though Dog Pounce has decided that she isn't quite sure about Mista anymore. Not as sure as she was. I mean, for a while, he had a good stint going on, but recently, Mista, in the last episode, he did get into a bit of an accident, and he did, I keep forgetting. Dislocated joint. I keep thinking he broke his leg, but no, he has a dislocated joint. And Dog Pounce, as someone who I feel like has been quite, she's got Pounce in her name, but she's been making a lot of effort with training and hunting. Even in the last episode, she holed in a small amount of prey, yes, but she still holed in some food for us. So I think Dog Pounce maybe has a difficult time respecting leaders that don't or can't pull their weight, which is unfortunate because I don't think Mista kind of intended for that to happen. I'm pretty sure he was doing something useful when never mind. He slipped on some rocks and dislocated his leg, probably because he was playing. But sometimes his playing results in really good things. But that is where we are at in terms of loyalties. So Mista, who for a while there was actually, converting the others to his cause, unfortunately has lost those very new converts like Almondfur and Dog Pounce, who seem to be going back and forth quite a lot. However, the 3 cats who have been quite steady towards him, his, I was going to say bromance, kind of, I suppose, Slumberroach, over here, Nectarrock, the deputy, who has been holding a candle for Mista this whole time, and his mate Cloudy Snarl, the mediator. They have been steadfast in their support for Mista, which is quite nice. But let us dive into the cat list and see what exactly is going on with our cats. So Mista, guys, pretends the mouse he's chasing is a bird and he's a hawk. Oh, Mista. We have seen a few times that he likes climbing trees, so it kind of makes sense that since he can no longer climb trees, at least currently because, he has a dislocated joint, that he would pretend a mouse is a bird and he's a hawk, which is adorable. Now, the medicine cat den, I didn't look at the log last time, but Slumberroach was given dandelion as treatment for sprain. They will heal sooner, so that is really good. I suppose in the next moon, we should be looking forward to maybe Slumberroach getting back on track. And unfortunately, Lyrebars could not find any hubs this moon, which is okay, because look, we have a ton of stuff. So dandelion for sprain. Okay, dandelion for sprain. Nice. Okay, there is that. And now it's time for us to dive into relationships. Now, I had a bit of a skim, guys. And yeah, there is something new. There is something new happening over here. And can you see it? Can you see it, guys? He has developed a bit of romantic appreciation for Nectarrock, the deputy, finally. Oh my goodness. Now, he still has more like affection for his mate, Cloudy Snarl, than he does for Nectarrock, but I think with Nectarrock recently stepping up and Mistar being injured, he's actually starting to appreciate the fact that Nectarrock is kind of sharing his burden, and Nectarrock recently has been trying to be serious to balance the playfulness of Mistar, and he was even in the last episode defending Nectarrock with Bubbling Gale. Like, as in, he was kind of, I wouldn't say going off at Bubbling Gale, but he was very sternly telling Bubbling Gale that he should be helpful to Nectarrock because Nectarrock has a lot on his plate. And I think while he was saying this, Mistar was kind of himself realizing how much Nectarrock is doing for him. And I think he started kind of seeing Nectarrock in a different light. So it's not enough to kind of overtake the feelings he has for Cloudy Snarl, but I mean, he has one, a different bond with her that is centered around potentially kids, but also they have become quite comfortable with each other. However, Nectarrock, Mistar is starting to notice him. And if Nectarrock knew, he would be so happy. But okay, next up we have Nectarrock is debating on which prey to take from the fresh kill pile. Okay, so I feel like his cautiousness of late, this is kind of the same thing going on here, where he is wondering what prey to take. Who knows? Maybe to go visit the leader in the medicine cat den and like give him something really nice to eat. I could see Nectarrock doing that. And I don't think anything has changed with his relationships too much, so nothing to report there. Lyrebuzz is crushing leaves under his paws. Okay, he's very hard at work, which is good to see. Very good to see. In terms of relationships, nothing has changed for him. Nothing to report over here, guys. Next up, we have Cloudy Snarl is on a walk out in the territory. Okay, so she's spending a little bit of time with herself. But Cloudy Snarl, I think you need to try and spend a bit more time with your mate, otherwise the deputy is going to replace you very soon. I mean, he can't replace you as a breeding cat, but in terms of the affections that the prophet you revere has, maybe try a bit more. But I don't think anything has changed too much, and we'll have to see if she decides to pursue anything more with Dark Pounds. Now this time around, we won't have any two cats, any duos going out on patrols together because we have 2 cats down. So we'll probably only have 1 patrol of 6 cats. So nothing, there's not a possibility for them to kind of, for them to romance each other while out on patrol or be just, amazingly impressed. If anything, we'll have to see how they interact when the next moon comes in the events. Dark Pounds wants nothing more than to live by the warrior code. Yeah. So I feel like this kind of ties in to what I was saying about Dark Pounds' loyalty and the fact that maybe she finds it hard to respect a leader that is not actively trying to do more and do stuff, which I feel like sometimes might make her a little bit, cold towards the, apathetic, maybe? Not empathetic, apathetic, towards some other cats and the trials they might be going through. In terms of her relationships, I don't think anything has changed. She still has, the mutual crushes going on with Lyrebuzz, Slumberroach, and Cloudy Snarl. I almost wonder if Dark Pounds is the type of she-cat who people have a good first impression of and like a lot initially, or maybe like to flirt with, but I don't know if she's the cat people like to settle with. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's a difference for people, and I don't know. At first, I was like, oh my goodness, everyone is just falling in love with Dark Pounds, but now I'm thinking, maybe they like flirting with her, but I don't know if anyone's gonna have anything long-term or meaningful with her, which is kind of sad. Slopefleck daydreams about being a warrior in Leopard Clan. In terms of his relationships, nothing has really changed here either. He has, discovered his feelings for Slumber Roach. And I think especially because Slumber Roach is not feeling too good with his sprained paw, Slopefleck is being a bit more aware of him. But in terms of Almond Fur and Nectarrock, he treats both of these two cats like his younger brothers. Oh well, Nectarrock he treats like his older brother, and Almond Fur his younger brother. He's been trying, or he was trying to be the wingman for Nectarrock. But then Nectarrock kind of decided he wasn't going to worry about that anymore, and he was going to focus on his job. So Slopefleck has taken a step back, and he's kind of been, really spending time with Almond Fur, but also making eyes at Slumber Roach. Okay, next up we have Slumber Roach, who is sharpening his claws. Oh, he's injured, but I bet he wants to get out. He's been, having a sprained paw for a few moons now. I think he's wanting to just get out and run around. And I don't think anything has changed on his end. He, after realizing whatever moment he had with Slopefleck, guys, whatever moment that was, it is still kind of the same. So nothing has changed over here. Bubbling Gale offered to walk at the front of the patrol. He's so sweet. He is so sweet. I think he was having a difficult time with, feeling nice towards the deputy. Maybe even though he's really kind and helpful to everyone, there comes a limit when he gets a bit frustrated and he snaps, and it's usually around the deputy. But, he's back to being, look at this, so caring towards everyone else. And nothing has changed over here either. No, he hasn't developed any strong bonds with anyone, and he still has that one-sided crush on Almond Fur. Grayswipe is humming a tune she heard near a two-lake place. Nothing too crazy going on with her. She still has no one that she's too closely bonded with. And Almond Fur brought Lyrebuzz a herb to identify. Okay. Fascinating. Nothing has changed on his end. Actually, no, there has been a change. So Almond Fur actually feels very secure with, very safe and secure with Grayswipe, which is kind of nice to see because they've had, I feel like a really good, teacher-student sort of thing going on. She's always been super helpful to Almond Fur, and they're actually not that far apart in age. Even though Slumber Roach has, in the past been Almond Fur's mentor, he's usually gotten more help from Grayswipe, and she used to be the one who used to help him practice memorizing all of the lore that he learned about the clan and the history of the prophets and such. So it's kind of nice. They're having a bit of a bond. Although this is, obviously from Almond Fur's point of view. Grayswipe doesn't have any strong feelings on her end. But that's all we have for all of the cats, and now it is time for us to jump into patrols. We're going to send out Lyrebuzz first of all, and yes, we have a patrol of 6. So we'll have to see who shines there. Okay, and Prey is looking pretty decent, so I'm not too worried about that. With Leaffall washing the world in tones of red and brown, Lyrebuzz feels the need to gather as many elder leaves as possible before the season turns and the clan must survive without new stocks during Leaf Bear. There's a particular tree in a sheltered dip along a stream he wants to check on today. Proceed. Elder leaves being used to soothe sprains. Okay, we need that. And elder leaves having to be gathered in a way that risks sprains. It's truly one of StarClan's little ironies. Lyrebuzz reflects. So juniper and elder leaves were gathered. Okay. So, wait. Elder leaves. I wonder if one of these were meant to be juniper leaves, and there's a typo. Because it didn't mention juniper leaves, but we gathered both. And now it is time to send out our patrol. So Almond Fur, Grayswipe, Bubbling Gale, Slopefleck, Dark Pounce, and Nectarrock. So I wonder who's actually going to be... No, it has to be Nectarrock, right? He's the deputy. The patrol leader, I was going to say. I think it's going to be Nectarrock. And yes, it is Nectarrock. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. The patrol devolves into ghost stories, putting everyone on edge. A branch snaps and the whole patrol runs back to camp. Later, an argument breaks out over what caused the noise. Okay, I don't think this was a very successful patrol. Nobody really got anything useful done, but it wasn't a terrible patrol either, so I think it was decent. It was decent. Okay, Lyra clan relations. So next time around, we want to go ahead and do Chub clan. We'll try and befriend Chub clan. And obviously, look at this. You know, I love this particular screen when the leaders are sick, that the deputies come and join them to help out. I love that. But yes, so Miss Star is currently sick, and that means her deputy, oh, not her deputy, his deputy, sorry. I'm used to the leader being female, but his deputy is going to step up and help out. So we'll have to see how he does. Especially because I feel like Miss Star a lot of the times does a really good job improving relations with other clans. But okay, let me go ahead and cut the recording here, and we will be right back. Okay, it is time for us to skip a moon and see what happens. I am not going to be, I think, as caught up with the birth notices. I'm gonna try and just enjoy the relationship updates that I'm given, because I do feel like the current story with all of the, at this point, it's like a love web, you know, the love web. It's got me hooked. So I think I'm going to try and appreciate that more and not worry so much about the birth notices. And I lie, because as soon as I see that, I am already all over it. Okay, guys. During the gathering, Chub clan's leader describes, yes, driving off some troublesome rogues. Nectarrock nods his approval. Okay, I am squealing and screaming, and I need to control myself, but I just can't help it when I see that exclamation mark in my births and deaths notices. It could be a death, for all I know. It could be a death, but I just can't help it. I get so excited. Okay, Nectarrock did a really good job of the relations, which is good to know and good to see. Next up, we have Lyrebuzz, was seen arguing and borderline fighting with Alona. The clan has encountered Stone. Okay, honestly, guys, at this point, why am I not surprised? I feel like this is the second lightless cat that Lyrebuzz has come into contact with, and I'm assuming this is another cat that Lyrebuzz knew from his, time before the Luminous clan. So, Stone is a female? Okay, she's a female. Alona nervous, good mediator, and great teacher. Guys, I think Stone is another one of his flings. This just fits Lyrebuzz's scoundrel kind of persona that I see him having, or personality. I think Stone is another one of his flings. Yeah, I think what we're gonna say, or the way I'm thinking of it, is every female cat that Lyrebuzz introduces to the clan, or every female cat from Lightless that gets introduced through Lyrebuzz, is going to be one of his past flings. So that is actually very, very interesting. So I assume he helped guide her to the exit, and they chatted a little bit about, their past. Okay, Slumberroach can walk and move without pain. His sprain must have healed. Okay, that is really good. So Slumberroach is back with us as a warrior, and we can rely on him in the next episode for patrols. But obviously we only have one cat who is doing well, which means that we might, we'll probably have a lone cat. Okay, okay, never mind. Slumberroach wasn't looking where he was going and tripped over a small trunk, spraining his poor Slumberroach. You just got over a sprain. Why'd you gotta sprain your paw again? Thankfully, I think Lyrebuzz did get some, I don't know, was it elder leaves or juniper leaves? I think there was a typo in the patrol text. One of them helps with sprained paws, thank goodness, because this boy, thank goodness he is no longer a mentor, because I don't know how he would be able to mentor any apprentice if he's constantly in the medicine cat den, Okay, let us scroll now and see whether we have a birth notice or a death notice. Oh no. Rumors reach your clan that the exiled Shadowpelt has died recently. Okay, 37 moons, so definitely an accident. Definitely an accident. I said I wasn't gonna get excited but I did. At this point, I think there's no point trying. We all know. We're gonna get excited whenever we have births and deaths notices. And you know what? I feel like this categorization is very cruel. We have tabs for everything else. Why are births and deaths together? Like, what if I'm ready to be happy and then I just get sad news? Or if I'm ready to be sad and I get happy news? Well, to be honest, I feel like we're never ready to get sad news. We're always ready to have happy news. But yeah, that's a bit mean. This is just girl. But okay, let us dive into the relationships and see what is going on there. Right. Bubbling Gale talks all the time about Mr. Okay. Bubbling Gale seems to be respecting Mr. a little bit more now. Good to know. Dark Pounds thanks Bubbling Gale for covering for her during a patrol earlier. Okay, so they've had a little bit of a bonding moment. Dark Pounds, Cloudy Snarl, and Almond Fur had a nice talk while eating. And you know what? I imagine these three cats, because Dark Pounds has talked to Almond Fur before about being split between two guys. And I feel like that's how she started bonding with Cloudy Snarl. Cloudy Snarl was probably venting about, you know, the brotherhood between, Slumber Roach and between Mista, her mate, and how she doesn't get to spend a lot of time with the leader because the brotherhood takes precedent. And Dark Pounds was probably talking about Slumber Roach and Larabuzz. So I imagine that's how these three started hanging out together. And I kind of like the fact that that's probably what they're talking about. Okay, Almond Fur sends a clanmate to help Dark Pounds with something she's struggling with. Let's see who he has the closest relationship with. And that is going to be Grey Swipe, of course. I feel like there's nothing new going on here. So he has sent Grey Swipe, someone he feels safe around, and who has helped him a lot in the past, to go help out Dark Pounds with something. So that's kind of nice to see. Larabuzz and Mista talk about what they see in the clouds. Okay. So the medicine cat obviously is spending time with the leader, who is not doing so well because he's injured. Larabuzz can tell Grey Swipe worries about him. Oh, can tell Grey Swipe worries about his health and safety. Okay, there is a typo here. So that's actually very nice. I mean, Larabuzz has, been viewing Grey Swipe as a younger sister. So it's kind of cute that even though she doesn't have other friends, she still hangs around with Larabuzz. And she's still concerned for him, even though she doesn't always express herself. But Larabuzz can tell that she likes, him, because she hangs around him quite frequently. Not in a romantic way, but in a friendly way. Okay, Slumber Roach and Grey Swipe work together to lead a scary bug out of the camp, even though Slumber Roach has a sprained paw. So good on you, Slumber Roach. He is trying. He's like limping around and trying. Dark Pounds asks Mista about his duties. Okay, so she's chatting with him just a little bit. Mista hears Almond Fur laugh at a clanmate's joke, even though it was lame. So that was actually quite nice of Almond Fur. Well, actually, who was he laughing at? Whoever he has the closest relationship with, I imagine. And that is Grey Swipe. Well, we just checked this. Sorry guys, we just checked this. So okay, he's hanging out with Grey Swipe, and Mista is hearing Almond Fur laugh with her, and he's like, Almond Fur, it's good to see the young cat feeling good. It's good to see the youngsters, getting along with each other so well. Okay, Cloudy Snarl is amazed at how skilled Slumber Roach really is. You know what? This makes sense. Maybe she saw Slumber Roach limping and trying to help Grey Swipe kind of push that scary bug out of camp, even though he was injured. But enthusiasm trumps injury. And she got really amazed at his skill at, doing stuff with 3 paws, essentially. So that's kind of nice. Cloudy Snarl never realized how much she loves spending time with Grey Swipe. Okay, that's kind of sweet. I feel like Grey Swipe has a bit of a difficult personality, like we've talked about in the past, but I think the other cats are slowly but surely kind of seeing the more, I don't know if it's gentle, but likable side to her. So good for Grey Swipe. I'm happy for her. Okay, Almond Fur is talking about what to do tomorrow with Cloudy Snarl. Okay, they're spending more time together, which is nice to see. Grey Swipe takes Slumber Roach out to look at the stars, explaining the constellations to him. Look at her! She's actually trying to get close to the other cats. And you know what? This is even cuter, because I think in the last episode, Lyrebuzz was telling Grey Swipe off for having such a prickly personality and being a bit self-centered, I think. And if she would just, try and be more caring towards others, they would see that she's such a great cat to hang out with. And I feel like Grey Swipe is actually taking his advice and trying to be nice to the other cats. So that's good to see. Okay, Grey Swipe, wants to do morning stretches and the other cats don't. Grey Swipe and Bubbling Gale. Hold on a second. Grey Swipe and Bubbling Gale had a fight over if they would take a new mate if one of them died or went missing. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Is this like a theoretical thing? Because Grey Swipe, as far as I'm aware, does not have feelings for anyone. And Bubbling Gale, as far as I'm aware, has a one-sided crush on Almond Fur. Maybe they're talking about, like, theoretically, if a new mate, or if they had a mate and the mate went missing. Maybe Grey Swipe is thinking, like, why not? You should be practical, right? A mate's kind of there to support you and help you, and if someone's not there, how can they help you and support you? And Bubbling Gale is thinking, no, I would stay faithful to them and their memory. So maybe I think they're, fighting over that. Nectarock thinks Dark Bounce did something incompetent. Okay, I mean, you know what? Nectarock, he is having to juggle quite a few things right now, so, maybe he's not so impressed with Dark Bounce, or maybe he gave Dark Bounce a task to do and she didn't really do it well, which gave him extra work. Okay, Nectarock wishes he could get his pelt to shine like slumber roaches. It is nice to see that he is not, because he's busy with his work, he's not spending too much time being jealous of Slumber Roach. He's actually appreciating something about Slumber Roach, which is good to see. Slopefleck is told about Nectarock's bravery during a recent time of struggle. Yes, maybe his bravery in addressing all the other leaders, even though it was his first time, and actually doing really well and helping improve relations with another clan. Yes, I think Nectarock is really brave in that regard. And I think Slopefleck would appreciate that. Because, he views Nectarock as his older brother, and a lot of the times, Slopefleck, as the third prophet and one of the only prophets who's really respected, he's half the time defending Nectarock. So I think the fact that Nectarock is doing things that other cats kind of find brave and respectable would make Slowfleck feel really proud. Like they'd have a bit of a prophet brotherhood going on here. And finally, guys, we end with this every time. Like, what is going on? Slopefleck and Almond Fur share their prey with one another every day. Every day? I mean, yes, every day. We get interactions with these guys, like, every day. But, oh my goodness. Again, I think Slopefleck, he's treating Almond Fur like a younger brother, and Almond Fur is, like, misunderstanding everything, and his feelings for Slopefleck are getting more and more intense. Guys, it's rough. It's a rough boat. But okay, guys, with that said and done, it seems as though we have wrapped up the events and everything that has happened with our cats. And I will end off here. Thank you so much for watching. When we come back, we need to be keeping an eye on Bubbling Gale and Grey Swipe. Like, what was that conversation? That is the one thing that is sticking out to me. Like, what? I have questions now. What was that conversation? I want to know. Why were these two, who as far as I'm aware, I haven't seen any sort of moments with, why were these two going ahead and talking about moving on if something happens to their mates? Like, is this something they're not telling us? I don't know. Also, I'm just realizing that Grey Swipe, it looks like she's got all these hearts on her coat, which is so pretty, doesn't it? It looks like she's got all these hearts on her coat. I like that. Maybe she's like a secret romantic. I don't know. But okay, guys, with that said and done, I'm going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.